And we're live. Roll up, everybody. Gather, come and join. One man went to mow. We're here now. I wasn't actually intending to come on until another 3-4 minutes, but nevertheless, I am here. So just come and join me. Slightly earlier than scheduled. So, talking points. Let me just talk you through the talking points. So, the Nnamdi Kanu situation, we're visiting there again, but we're visiting there via the Ohanaeze in Digbo. Ohanaeze appoints ex-governor to lead top delegation to Nnamdi Kanu's trial. So we were deliberating yesterday if the Igbos were supporting Nnamdi Kanu or not. So it looks as though there's a response now. Ohanaeze appoints ex-governor to lead top delegation to Nnamdi Kanu's trial. So we explore that. What we are also exploring, over 140 people put in committee to ensure Buhari's son's wedding is hitch-free. So a hitch-free wedding, of course, something that everybody prays for. But 140 people are set up, 140 billionaires set up to ensure a hitch-free wedding for an unemployed youth. So we explore why that is the case. We're also looking at that space where Mallam Buhari is looking to gag the media and ask them not to report on the atrocities of his clansmen as they continue to savage the Nigerian space, especially the southern space. So it looks as though resistance has taken to law. The third headline, breaking, syrup, journalist group sues Buhari, others, says gag order on reporting of terrorist attacks illegal. So they are suing now that space where Buhari is trying to stifle and gag the media from reporting on the atrocities of his clansmen. So we're looking into that as well. We're also looking into a bit of a history because we're saying that Buhari's son is getting married, and of course, a lot of people only know Buhari by association with Aisha, but Aisha and her children, of course, are not Buhari's only wife or children. So Buhari has a hidden family which a lot of people may or may not know, but that to be exposed and revealed today. Safinatu Buhari is the name of the first Mrs. Buhari that we knew within the Nigerian landscape, who was Muhammadu Buhari's first wife. So we go down memory lane with that as well. So a lot to go through. All that is now needed is your company. So I'm going to put the hyperlink here. I encourage people to come on screen to come and engage in a conversation so that we can explore the topics together. So click here if you want to come join live on screen. So click on this hyperlink that I am posting now if you do want to come join live on screen. If you're new to the proceedings, then please introduce yourself in the comment section so that we can get to know each other, because I'd like to, at least everybody that comes here, I more or less know them in some form just by way of the interactions. So let's interact by you either introducing yourself or clicking on the hyperlink to come and join me live on screen. So this is what we do. We do it regularly and we do it on a daily basis. It is one man went to mow, and of course, the eagle has landed.
Water, only water, only water, where they see my water. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see my Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́. Ilé ṣọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́. Bobby master lódò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku koniriwa gbese, according to the care guides, and so say all of us. So let's just get straight into it. Let's start off with the eastern from the eastern quarters. So to the eastern quarters, Ohanaeze appoints ex-governor to lead top delegation to Nnamdi Kanu's trial. So let's see what unfurls here. The Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization Ohanaeze Ndigbo has appointed a former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezeafe, to lead the Ohanaeze delegation to the trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, in Abuja. On Monday, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide President General, Professor George Obiazo, made the appointment recently. Also on the delegation are the National Legal Advisor, Barrister Joseph Ojobu, and Chief Godi Uwazurike. So I'm not quite sure if that is the Uwazurike that has been in a mortal combat with Nnamdi Kanu for years now, but certainly not, because I think that Uwazurike, was a member of our IPOB. So this now a Chief Godi Uwazurike. Ohanaeze said the duo will be the lawyers representing the group on the watching brief. So just to be clear, just hold on one second. Just to be clear, these people are not lawyers to go and defend Nnamdi Kanu in any way or to interfere in his trial in any way. These lawyers are being sent just to sit in the background and observe and ensure that the rule of law is observed and report back to Ohanaeze how the legal proceedings is going and is conforming to legalities. So that is their remit. They are not there to act for Nnamdi Kanu. They are not there to represent the Nigerian government. They are not there in any other capacity other than an informed, independent observer capacity. So be clear on that. So don't go around saying that Ohanaeze has sent lawyers to go and defend Nnamdi Kanu. This is not what they are doing. Ohanaeze said the duos. Ohanaeze said the duo will be the lawyers representing the group on a watching brief. The court is expected to sit on Monday, July the 26th, 2021 in Abuja. Correspondents had earlier on Friday reported that Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu, urged Nigerians to remember him in prayers as the IPOB leader appeared in court. On Monday, the lawyer had noted that nothing would change the day of the trial as earlier scheduled. There had been speculations that Kanu's case might not come up on the set date, courtesy of the annual vacation of the Nigerian judges. The judges' vacation is expected to start on July the 26th and would end on September the 17th, 2021. However, in a statement on Monday, Kanu's lawyer, Barrister Ejiofor, had revealed that the case would be called up for hearing as scheduled. He wrote, "We have just received a communication from the Federal High Court Abuja that the hearing on our client's case above referred will still go on as earlier scheduled on Monday next week, being the 26th day of July 2021. The lawyer also urged Kanu's supporters to offer prayers to God for him and for the legal team. Remember Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the entire legal team in your prayers. Thank you all and remain blessed, he wrote. So Ohanaeze now, because we were discussing just quite an involved conversation yesterday about how the Igbos were not necessarily showing sufficient backing for Nnamdi Kanu and contrasting that to the backing that the Yorubas seem to be giving to Sunday Igboho. So it looks as though the Igbos are showing their hand now with Ohanaeze sending a legal representation to the Nnamdi Kanu trial. So to the next headline, over 140 people put in committee to ensure Buhari's son's wedding is hitch-free. So hitch-free wedding for the unemployed. The Emir of Bichi, Alhaji Nasir Adobayero, has inaugurated a 145-man committee to facilitate a hitch-free fatia between his daughter and Yusuf, son of President Muhammadu Buhari. This comes as Yusuf concluded plans to tie nuptial knot with the daughter of the Emir, Princess Zara Adobayero, on August the 20th. This was made known to spokes. This was, pardon me. Let's take that from the top again. The Emir of Bichi Alhaji Nasir Adobayero has inaugurated a 145-man committee to facilitate a hitch-free wedding fatia between his daughter and Yusuf, son of President Muhammadu Buhari. This comes as Yusuf concluded plans to tie the nuptial knot with the daughter of the Emir, Princess Zara Adobayero, on August the 20th. This was made known by the spokesperson for Bichi Emirate, Luwanu Malikawa, in a statement on Saturday. According to the statement, the committee will also organize the Emir of Bichi's coronation, including his presentation of staff of office by the Kano State Governor, Abdullahi Ganduje. In addition, the statement indicated that the committee the statement indicated that the committee would be chaired by the district head of Bagwea, Nuru Ahmed, with Abba Waziri Falakin Bichi as secretary. Whilst inaugurating the committee, the emir, represented by the Madakim Bichi, charged its members to use their wealth of experience to ensure the success of the royal wedding. Also, the statement noted that the wedding fatia will hold on August the 20th and the coronation is scheduled to hold on August the 21st at the Emir of Bichi's palace. The young lovers, Yusuf and Zara, met in the United Kingdom where they were both undergraduate, where they both had rather their undergraduate studies. So British trained at Niger Delta expense, and of course the wedding at Niger Delta expense too. So unemployed from Daura marries a princess. This is the narrative. What is going on in journalism, though, is the next point of the port of call. Pardon me, where's my coffee? So what is going on in journalism? Breaking, CRAP, journalist group, sue Buhari orders, says gag order on reporting of terrorist attacks, illegal. The Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project CRAP and Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development have filed a lawsuit against President Muhammadu Buhari and Mr. Lai Mohammed, Minister of Information and Culture, over a new directive preventing broadcasters from reporting details of terrorist attacks. The suit is asking the court to declare illegal the gag order stopping journalists and broadcast stations from reporting details of terrorist attacks and victims, as the order violates media freedom and Nigerians' freedom of expression and access to information. The National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) is joined in the suit as defendant. The information was disclosed in a statement on Sunday by SIROP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare. The suit followed the directive by The suit followed the directive by the NBC asking journalists, television, and radio stations in Nigeria to stop glamorizing and giving too many details on the nefarious activities of terrorists and kidnappers during their daily newspaper review. In the suit number FHC, and then it goes on to give the suit number, filed on Friday, SIRAP and PTCIJ are and PTCIJ are seeking one, an order of perpetual injunction restraining the government of Buhari, the embassy, and Mr. Lai Mohammed or any other persons from imposing fines and other sanctions on broadcast stations for carrying out their constitutional duties of reporting details of terrorist attacks and victims during daily newspaper reviews. In the suit, SIRAP and PTCIJ are also seeking an order to compel and direct the embassy and Mr. Lai Mohammed to withdraw the directive, asking journalists and broadcast stations to stop reporting details on terrorist attacks and victims, as the directive is unlawful and inconsistent with the Nigerian Constitution of 1999 as amended and the country's international human rights obligations. SIRAP and PTCIJ are also seeking an order setting aside the directive on reporting of terrorist attacks and victims for being inconsistent and incompatible with sections 22 and 39 of the Nigerian Constitution, Article 9 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and Article 19 of the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights. Bear with me. Syrup said, unless the reliefs sought are urgently granted by this honorable court, the directive by the embassy and Mr. Lai Mohammed will be used to impermissibly restrict Nigerians' rights to information. Uh, Syrup said, unless the reliefs sought are urgently granted by this honorable court, the directive by the embassy and Mr. Lai Mohammed will be used to impermissibly restrict Nigerians' rights to freedom of expression, access to information, media freedom, and victims' rights to justice and effective remedy. Syrup and Syrup and PTCIJ argued that the failure by the government of President Muhammadu Buhari to direct the embassy to withdraw its directive on reporting of terrorist attacks and victims violates sections 5A and B and 145 and 147 and 148 of the Nigerian Constitution, Code of Conduct for Public Officers, and Oath of Office of the Constitution. So it goes on to quote, let me just see, just too many legalese here. So let's skim through the legalese and go on to this paragraph. The statement read in part, the MPC directive fails to establish a direct and immediate connection between the reporting by broadcast stations and purported risk to national security and peace. The NBC is using national security as a pretext to intimidate and harass journalists and broadcast stations and to violate Nigerians' rights to freedom of expression and access to information. Syrup and PTCIJ also argued that factual reporting on the growing violence in some parts of Nigeria is a matter of public interest. National security considerations should be limited in application to situations in which the interest of the whole nation is at stake, which would thereby exclude restrictions in the sole interest of a government regime or power group. So it goes on to present a whole series of legal arguments. Let me just skip through. Actually, let me give you the fullness of it. The suit filed on behalf of Syrup and PTCIJ by their lawyers Kolawole Oluwadare and Opeyemi Awolabi read in part, the NBC and Mr. Lai Mohammed lack the power and authority to restrict the ability of journalists and other broadcast stations to carry out their constitutional duties and to unlawfully impose penalty such as fines and other sanctions on any journalist or broadcast stations for reporting on details of terrorist attacks and victims in the country. The two organizations, together with several millions of Nigerians, easily access information, news, and forms of opinion on government policies through the daily newspaper reviews by journalists and broadcast stations. Whilst the NBC has the power to make rules to enable it to perform its statutory duty under sections blah 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 of the NBC Act, such statutory powers ought to be exercised in line with the Nigerian Constitution and the country's international human rights organization, the human rights obligation, rather. The pertinent questions that arise from the directive are who determines what would amount to too many details, glamorizing divisive rhetoric and security issues during the daily review of newspaper headlines. What constitutes divisive materials? During daily review of newspaper headlines by journalists and broadcast stations. In law, a regulation that is vague and loose in its scope cannot be used to take away constitutionally and internationally recognized human rights to freedom of expression, access to information, and media freedom. No date has been fixed for the hearing of the application for an interim injunction and substantive suit. So that is the position taken by the journalist with regards to this stifling of opinions by what's it called? This Lai Mohammed is getting quite punchy now. Actually, he that took the lead on this Twitter ban, and he's now trying to stifle the entirety of the media space. This is not, of course, new. We've had this before with the Buhari regime. In its first incarnation, we had a Decree 4, which they were just using to kidnap and just gun down journalists right on the streets. This was what it was doing in the 80s. So the leopard never changes its spot, of course, and an Aboki man will always be an Aboki man. So an Aboki man, so we all, of course, now in the throes of now this wedding that is about to take place on the 20th of August. So we're all looking in that direction to see what abuse of the Nigerian Naira note will take place and all matters of foreign currency, just the stupendousness of obscene, ill-gotten ill-gotten wealth, rather. So the stupendousness and the obscenity of ill-gotten wealth is what we're expecting to see displayed there. But will the entirety of Buhari's family be present at that wedding? Safinatu Buhari biography. Who was Buhari's first wife? So Buhari, of course, a lot of you know the association with Aisha, but that, of course, is not his first wife. And Aisha's children are not his first set of children. So Buhari, of course, this was his first incarnation when we first met him. Many people know the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, but how about his first wife, Safinatu Buhari? Safinatu was a trained teacher and the first wife of President Muhammadu Buhari. She served as First Lady of Nigeria between 1983 and 1985. Many people know President Buhari as well as his second wife Aisha, but how about his first wife? Here is everything you need to know about her. So this is just some data-led summary of Buhari's first wife, Safinatu. So Safinatu Buhari profile, full name Hajiya Safinatu Buhari, date of birth the 11th of December 1952, place of birth Jos Plateau State, age at death 53. So if she was 53, then I'm not sure. You do the maths, but it looks as though she didn't She died not that long ago. Nationality Nigerian, ethnicity Fulani, a profession a trained teacher. So the teacher was born on the 11th of December 1952 in Jos Plateau State. She was the daughter of Alhaji Yusuf Mani and Hajiya Hadizatu Mani. She was one of the 13 children of the Manis. Between 1959 and 1960, she schooled at the Tudun Wada Primary School in Kaduna. She later left for Lagos because her father was transferred to Lagos to work as a private secretary to the late Musa Yar'Adua, who was commissioner for Lagos affairs in the federal cabinet of the First Republic. After relocating to Lagos, she joined Women's Teachers College Katsina, from where she obtained a grade 2 teacher's certificate in 1971. According to history, Safinatu Buhari, she did not get to practice her career despite having graduated with a grade 2 teacher's certificate. She got married the same year she graduated. So she got married, of course, to Mallam Buhari. The late Safinatu Buhari first met President Buhari when she was 14. So that underage thing again, the pedophilia, that is the penchant of this Fulani element, and of course, same gender complaint as well. So homosexuality and pedophilia, they're stock in trade. The late Safinatu Buhari first met President Muhammadu Buhari when she was 14. When Muhammadu Buhari was in the Nigerian army, he accompanied his friend, the late Shehu Musa, to Safinatu's father. It was during this time that Muhammadu Buhari and Hajia started having a romantic relationship. The two lovebirds exchanged their vows in 1971. She got married just 2 days after her graduation. At the time, she was only 18. In 1988, after 12 years of marriage, Hajiya and her husband, so the husband, of course, being Mallam Buhari. So in 1988, after, pardon me, so in 1988, after 12 years of marriage, Hajiya and her husband got divorced. So the husband, as I said, Mallam Buhari. In December 1989, Mallam Buhari married his second and current wife, Aisha. So now here are now this woman's children, which she had same number of children. I think that what is it called Hajia, that the beautician had as well. So the school teacher had the same number of children as the beautician. So Safinatu Buhari's children. So these are now the list. Safinatu and President Buhari had 5 children together. 1 boy, 4 girls. And I think those are the numbers for Aisha as well, in the same sequence: 1 boy, 4 girls. So these are Safinatu's children for Mallam Buhari. Zulia Hat, so that is one of them. Fatima, that is one of them. Musa, I'm assuming that is the boy. Hadiza, one of them as well. And Safinatu, named after the mother. Safinatu Buhari daughter, Zuliahat, passed on November 2012. She passed away due to sickle cell anemia 2 days after giving birth at a hospital in Kaduna. So death and funeral. Safinatu Buhari, first wife of President Buhari, was diagnosed with diabetes in 1998. She lived with the illness for 8 years before succumbing to the disease in 2006. She died on the 14th of January 2006 and was laid to rest at Rimi Cemetery according to Muslim rites. So here are some facts. Safinatu and Buhari exchanged their wedding vows in December 1971. She was a grade 2 certificate holder from WTC. She got married 2 days after graduation. Safinatu is one of the strongest women in the history of Nigeria. She faced numerous challenges, from dealing with a divorce to battling diabetes for 8 years. She conquered so much until her death. So that is So that is essentially it. So that is Mallam Buhari's actual first family, which of course he tries to hide away. So to all of that, UK, we see you. Ovie, we see you. But before we see either of you, let us acknowledge Alexander's super chat. So Godi Uwazurike is from my wife's village. This is Alexander's super chat. It says Godi Uwazurike is from my wife's village in Mbano, Imo State. Not the same as the other guy. Godi is from Omunukunu. Omunu. Sorry, I'm going to attempt to do that properly. Godi is from Omunakanu, a competent lawyer, my in-law. So Alexander, of course, has ever adding some facts to the details of what is being discussed. So UK, we see you. Ovie, we see you. So if yeah, so to you, UK. So what says you? Are you there?
Yeah, one man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning from here. I'm just waking up.
Good morning. Where are you that you're just waking up? Is that somewhere in America or Canada?
Yeah. I'm in Washington D.C.
All right. Brilliant. You're keeping an eye on Joe Biden. Is he behaving himself, or does he need flogging?
I mean, I'm just concerned about what is going on in our own country. At least.
Okay. So to what is going on in our own country then? Ohanaeze now sending representatives to monitor the Nnamdi Kanu trial, which comes up on Monday. That is not, of course, to go and be his legal team or to do anything but other than to be an observer party there with, of course, legal leaning. So they're sending a legal observer team to monitor and not superintend, but certainly to monitor how that trial is taking place, just to make sure that everything is to make sure that all righteousness are fulfilled in that process. 140 man panel set up to oversight and organize the wedding of unemployed from Daura, YUSUF Buhari. So I mean that's alarming. The lawyers take to court in terms of the gagging order. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Mallam Buhari is asking them not to report on the atrocities of his clansmen. And of course, Mallam Buhari's little known family, Safinatu. So all of that to you.
Okay. First and foremost, let me start with the Ohanaeze. Well, Ohanaeze, no matter what happened in this life, I just want to say one proverb. Stream always
look, you're an Igbo man, aren't you?
Stream is always its source, and if you see toad jumping in the day broad light, you know that something is coming after the toad. So what I want to say is that Ohanaeze, no matter if you look at it very well, majority of them, they will like what KANU is doing, but they will not come publicly to say they like it because of the interest they have in the Nigerian government. So sending somebody, sending a delegate to monitor the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, they're supposed to do it because no matter how you think no matter how you do about it, Nnamdi Kanu is still is their son. So they can never reject their son.
Are they doing it because it's their son, or are they doing it just to fill in that political space? Because if they don't do it, the weight of the reaction of them not doing it is going to overwhelm them. People are going to launch attacks at them if they don't show that they are. showing support for Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah, one, they are doing it to.
So are they doing it grudgingly? Is what I'm saying. Are they doing it grudgingly, or are they doing it willingly and with with pomp and verve?
To me, they are doing it grudgingly because if you look at it, people are gonna attack them, in one way or the other if they don't fill in that space, So, men looking at it, whether they like it or not, they will always, bring somebody to represent Nnamdi Kanu. And that man they are bringing, if you look at that man, he also talk against this evil act going on in Nigeria. The herdsmen killing people, raping and destroying. Because that man, I read the story. That man they are sending to represent.
Yeah, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezeafe.
Yes, yeah. There's a one time they interviewing him. Yes, he spoke something about the Buhari regime and how these herdsmen are running, rampant, killing people. He spoke against it. So, okay. Let me go. I don't want to even waste time on that one. So let me go to the second.
Yes, unemployed from Daura. So they're setting up 140 billionaires to organize a wedding for unemployed from Daura.
Yeah. My question is that why will anytime something is going on in a nation, or this is a personal business, you getting married to anybody you see, you don't have to use a personal business to come to the nation, to sign fund money because your son wants to get married to a wife. Your son should use his own money to do whatever thing he wants to do.
Why should he use his own money when central bank can pay for it? This is the thing. Niger Delta money.
Okay. Does other Nigerians use central bank to do their own wedding?
You go and plan your own coup now. When you plan your own coup, then you
When I get married, did I use Nigerian money to get married?
That is where you made mistake. Now, if you had been a coup plotter like Buhari now, and then you steal the destiny of 200 million people, then your children can marry at their expense, can they not?
Well, I mean, for me, it's
just ridiculous,
idea.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Buhari should use his own money to support, or his family should use their own money to support his son for his wedding. So that's what
what I just struggle with is the idea of somebody of no known income, no fixed income, getting married to a prized princess. So that just tells you about. They tell you that their anti-corruption is just. It's also it's an odd system that we have in Nigeria. It's just a godless space.
It's a hypocrisy at the highest level.
It's unbelievable.
Yes, because if your son is not working, nobody will advise your son to go and get married because he need to get something so that he can take care of his wife. You can't be using the money. Though I know his father is the head of state, but at the same time, as a son, you have to go and look for something, tangible so that you can take care of your wife. Because if your father step down from that this thing, you can't see that money no more. Then there will be problem in the house.
From unemployed from Daura to the gagging of the media, it looks as though the media are fighting back. It's just the perfect crime, isn't it? What is going on in Nigeria? So Buhari gets his clansmen from all over the Sahel region to come into Nigeria and attempt to take over the southern space by killing and savaging, and is now compelling the Nigerian media, which is essentially the southern media, not to report this thing. So just to carry on killing in the dark, to have a blanket media silence as his people continue to savage. This is essentially what we're talking about.
Yeah, first and foremost, you see Lai Mohammed, I don't know why he is there, because nobody in Nigeria, even a small boy knows what is going on in Nigeria, and they are not reporting it. And because sometimes when I look even the international, it is the international news that even where I see all those things, but the local media, they don't even report. They'll be telling you bandit. I mean, those people are pure terrorists. organization, because this Tiala and the Herdsmen, roaming around from north to south, killing people, but when you look at it again, you will know that Buhari is their chairman, because if Buhari is not their chairman, to eliminate those, to take away those people, I mean, it's a very easy thing to do. Instead of you going,
there's now a real push to have that designation of a terrorist organization for Metiala. That was one of the headlines that I was looking at, but I decided not to go with it. But people are saying now, these people, you now have to categorize them as a terror organization, because what they have been doing over the past, certainly since 2015, is all of the definition and all of the modern day knowing of what terrorism is. So they're a terror organization, Mietiala, so they should. If you are saying IPOP is a terror organization and they're not even 1% of the atrocities of Mietiala.
Yes, yeah, because this Tiala and the Herdsmen, not all Herdsmen are terrorists, but the terrorist ones, if Buhari and the government, if they don't know about it, I mean, they should have even fished them out. If they can locate Igbo and KANU, what's this? I mean, what does it take them to locate those ones? Even the Gumi, who always go around, know where they are, know everything about them, even say that the government are in support of them, even the military are in support of them. So what stopped them not to, catch them and deal with them, with the full wrath of the law? I mean, that's to show that in Nigeria, every section has their own law that, guide them.
Oh, okay, and just lastly, but did you know that Aisha was not Buhari's first wife? And did you know that her children are not his first set of children? Safina too, Buhari, of course, that was the first lady in the 80s when Buhari, the coup plotter then, seized charge of the Nigerian state and started his looting from there. So the first lady then was Safinatu Buhari, who went on to have 5 children for him, 1 boy, 4 girls, which seems to be what Zara, what is she called, Aisha, has now had for him now. So were you aware of this background story, this hidden family of MALLAM Buhari? Were you aware?
Well, yeah, I was aware that Buhari have married before Aisha, but I didn't know the name of his wife and the children. But it just now you started talking about them, that I know. But I know very based on his age, that, yeah, because these ones, they are young, they are more younger. You can tell that he has but those ones, they are not in the limelight, unlike this.
Yes, because whenever you hear Buhari, you hear when you talk about Buhari and his children, you hear Aisha and her children, but then you don't. There's a whole bunch of children already before Aisha even came onto the scene. They never get a mention. It's almost as though they've been hidden to one side and they've just been packed away to wherever. They are getting married, but we're not hearing wedding bells. But thank you. Stay with us. Ovie, to you. So the talking points are Ohanaeze appoints ex-governor to lead delegation to Nnamdi Kanu's trial. 140 people committee for set up for the wedding of unemployed from Daura. Syrup and other organizations take to law regarding this gag order for reporting on terrorist activities of Buhari's clansmen and Buhari's hidden family. So, V, to any of that in whatever order you'd like.
I hope I got that one right. Well, I think to that of delegate that have been assembled for Nnamdi Kanu, that just reaffirmed my stand yesterday that Nnamdi Kanu is loved and supported by the elites from the region. But of course, obviously, you guys said no, it's not like that. And And I think I said it yesterday, that as time goes on, that I'll be proven right, that his people love him, his elite love him, they are doing something, they will do this. They've been there right from day one. I say no, but look at it now, the same thing is playing out. So give me that, I'm right. The Buhari's wedding. I'm surprised first that you don't know that Buhari was married before. It's not a hidden secret.
No, it's not that I did not know, but it is not common knowledge.
It is common
Because
knowledge.
what people want the most is Aisha and her children, and then of course these children are also all there who are never really celebrated or in the forefront. All you hear, even some people, I've even seen media reports to say that this unemployed from Daura is Buhari's only son, and it's not, of course, Buhari's only son, because there's Musa from Safina too. So I'm just adding that, background. So I'm not saying that I did not know.
Okay,
I'm bringing that information to the fore.
That's the media's fault. They've been there all along. I mean, it's a common knowledge about the kids and even their wedding, the weddings that precede these ones, some of the first from the first wife, and it's was on the media pretty much. And what is the brouhaha about the 40 million delegates, as you put it? Or
140 delegates.
What's the big deal?
Well, I'm wondering why you should have
for their standard. That's normal. That's
for whose standard?
Yeah, those are royalty.
Oh, okay, all right. So, okay, and then to the syrup one, the journalists are suing the gag order, that Buhari is trying to impose on reporting on terrorism.
Yeah, I mean, the media should see it coming before now. The question is that what have they been doing about it? They've been catering to this government as if like no other sector. The media has been totally overrun by the presidency, which is kind of ironic, and I don't understand. This media is largely, let me say, 80% of them is owned by the Southerners. But I don't understand that how the presidency, this particular government, able to overrun them and totally in control of all the media, and it's coming to, chew them up. I mean, they should see it coming. This Buhari we are talking about here, they know him before. He's been there, so they should not be surprised. Most importantly, what are they doing about the National Assembly? Because those are actually the people who have the power to actually implement or to do and undo what Buhari wants. What are the media doing about it? These are same men who are saying themselves and say no to electric transmission of results. What is the media saying about it? Instead, they successfully focus the masses' attention to Buhari, as if Buhari is going to be here forever. Those 52 senators, what are the media saying about it? Because again, these are the only people that have the power to gag the media. Buhari can only wish and push. If they don't implement it, they don't reinforce it, it's not going to work. So the attention, as I said, I'm in a way, the masses will be at the
It's not to do with the Senate, by the way. It's to do with the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, who superintend the media space. So the person that superintends the media space is the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission. So I'm not sure what the Senate has to do.
The Commission doesn't operate in a vacuum. It's not an entity.
No, they operate to okay. All right.
Under the Nigerian law, which is overrun by our
all right. All right.
But
No, you don't know what you're saying. Hold on. The Nigerian Broadcasting. No, you don't know what you are saying, Ovie. The Nigerian Broadcasting Commission is a statutory organization that is already empowered by law, and they apply that what their remit is to what they have supervision over. They don't promulgate a policy and then go and pass it through Senate before. Anyway, thank you, Ovie. Let me just
don't just misinterpret my solution and you want to go with it. Allow me explain myself.
Explain yourself.
The National Broadcasting Commission does not operate in a vacuum yet. It's being guided by law, and that law is custodied under the Senate and the House of Representatives. What are you saying? Whatever law they are trying to promulgate by themselves, if the Nigerian public does not agree with it, we go straight to the National Assembly and challenge.
No, you don't go to the National Assembly. You go to court. You go to court.
That is how it's supposed to work.
No, that is not. That is
court. first of all, you have people who represent you. That is the first door you knock. That's how democracy works. That's the first door.
All right.
Call
Okay.
your representative. What is going on here? If it's above his power, then you approach the law. You approach court. You say, I don't know what I'm saying. It's a democracy we are operating here.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Let's hear from Vin Maxwell. So Vin, we've not seen you for a while. Good to see you again. What is it that what's the greeting in Ghana? Is it Kwesi or what's the greeting in Ghana? Vin, can you hear me, Vin?
Yes, I can hear you. Come again, please.
No, I was asking what the greeting is in Ghana. What is the good to see you in Ghana?
Etisen.
Okay, Etisen Vin. No, it's been a while.
So if I tell you Etisen, that is how are you? You will tell me Boko or Eye.
Eye, all right. Etisen to you then. So to the talking. Yeah. To the talking point, Ohanaeze appoints a delegation to go and just oversight the Nnamdi Kanu trial. So that is not to represent Nnamdi Kanu, I continue to emphasize, but just to have a watching brief to ensure that all righteousness is fulfilled in that process. So that watching brief, Ohanaeze goes there to just to keep an eye on the Kanu situation. 140 people assembled, 140 people committee assembled to ensure the hitch-free wedding for unemployed from Daura and the Kano princess. So to that, and then the journalists are taken to law to fight this gag order. There's a gag order being put in place by Buhari to prevent journalists from reporting on terrorism. So they are fighting back. And then, of course, Safina too, Buhari's first wife. A lot of people may or may not be aware that this lady does actually exist because, of course, the main celebration of the Buhari storyline is the Aisha and her children. So to all of that, good to see you again, Vin.
Thank you very much. I would like to salute all the people in this program and those people that are watching us, way back home that are not opportune to participate here or come to join us this afternoon. Let me start with the first wife of Muhammadu Buhari. The first wife, Buhari had a first wife, quite all right. And that lady, there was a problem between Buhari and that lady, which came as a result of.
Was that not during the coup when he felt that she abandoned him after he was after the coup? Was that the story? Okay.
No, in fact, there is another one that could have been another factor, but he did not divorce her that time. In Islamic, divorce is very easy for a husband to divorce the wife. It's very, very easy. Once they give you naba kisaki daya, saki biu, seki uku, aureyakari. Once they give you the first divorce, second divorce, and third divorce, if there are people there, they will begin to beg before that man announces this third divorce, that is the seki uku. And once he mentioned that seki uku, that marriage is dissolved. That is the Islamic way of doing it. You see, what I heard during the time when I was there was that there was a gift, a problem between Babangida and Buhari. During the lady's birthday, after Babangida overthrew Buhari, the woman was, having her birthday or celebration or something like that. There was a gift from Buhari, from Babangida's quartet, and that ignited or, raised the old wounds that were there before, and that, added to the divorce of that woman. That was what happened. Yeah, can you hear me?
No, I can. Yes, that resonates somewhat, and yes,
definitely. So that one really added to the accumulated anger and misunderstanding.
And we all know that Buhari is an unforgiving man,
and she was divorced. You see, even from while near Gamji Gate, that is where Buhari is. He shares wall with in Kaduna. He shares wall with Yaradua. I think, they let Yaradua.
The senior.
The senior, I think, the sheer wall along the Race Course Road in Kaduna, near Gamji, former Gamji Bank. So I was a guard commander at that house too. So that was the new lady, that is Aisha, that is the one that we met in that very place. We didn't meet the old woman. That is Stephanie, yeah. Good. Concerning the billionaires that are rounding up to supervise what do you expect, my brother?
The wedding of unemployed.
What do you expect? What do you expect? They say the person where your father day inside the paradise, they go hellfire now. That is the culture in Nigeria, the impunity in Nigeria. People that are not working, people that have no work.
Hold on, okay, please. Because he did not interrupt you, so please don't interrupt him. Vin, yes, I was just saying that wedding is going to be invoiced to the central bank.
Anyway, whichever way it's going to be, there will be there will be your money, yes. The tax you pay will go into it.
Yes.
If you look at what happened during Abacha's time, when I was in the military, the children were raising invoices to PAN, to go to their friends to collect brand new Peugeot, Syria 2000, as at that time. So anything can happen in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you are in a country where anything is possible. The only thing that is not possible in Nigeria is to raise a dead body, a dead man, or a dead person. That is the only thing that is not possible in Nigeria. Anything, as far as I'm concerned, I lived there for so many years. I work with you people over there, and I have families there. Anything can happen in Nigeria. A country where baboons and monkeys stole money, carted money,
and
pythons stole money, and you want to tell me that money
nobody has been
jailed.
Nobody has been jailed for that. The snake that swallowed money. Nobody is in jail.
Yeah, one man. That is the kind of country you live in. That is the kind of people that rule, that lead you. You see, so I'm not surprised, even if the likes of, if you say it is too even small, 140 is small. I was looking at 250.
Right. And of course, it will be patronage and all whatnot. It will be dollar speaking all the way through.
People dollar speaking. Look, I want to tell you something. This is that particular wedding is an avenue for people that are sourcing for political, positions to go there and goggle. They want to go there and have luck. They are going there to show their faces. If you don't go there, your name will not be there. And make sure, mind you, that a register will be open there. People will go there. You will see what will happen there.
This will be international. It won't even be Nigerian. You will see they'll be sending delegations from Niger Republic to come and do their own dollar negotiations. From Chad, they will come. From Turkey, they will come. Dollar speaking.
When Buhari won the second time, is it the second time or the first time? Didn't you see the delegation from Chad?
Yes.
Okay, so anything in Nigeria can happen, my brother. So if you live around that border, because I was at Yobe State, very close to Geshua, and it's just, let me just say, about 30-something kilometers from that Sahara Desert to Niger Republic or Chad. I know what I met there. I stayed there for about 6 years. I know what I met there as a military officer. I know what we saw. I know what I saw there. So there is no border over there. You have border in the southwest, in the south, but you don't have border in that places. They troop in and troop out. They come in and go out. You don't know who is a Nigerian or who is a Chadian or who is a Nigerian. That is the nature of those border there. It's a free. That place is just a free access.
Is there an actual physical border, or there's nothing? There's no structure.
There is no physical. You see, the official border you see there. If you go there, you think that is what we call Appian Way when we were in school. That is what you see there. I think you've seen so many of them. And apart from that, there are other ways. I say, if you go there, 4x4 will leave the authorized, improvised, authorized border and enter into the desert and drive in there, carry their smuggle goods and go in there and come back. You won't see them. It's a very vast place that even if you man the whole Nigerian army and the police put together, they will not man that place. properly.
What is the solution? What is the solution to what is the solution?
Build a wall.
Sorry, Ovie, you're going to have to excuse us because yeah, let me just excuse Ovie because it's always going to be disruptive. So let's just have a conversation. Yeah, sorry, I was asking what is the solution to
there is, as far as I'm concerned, my brother, that Sahara area there is no solution to it. Even if America cannot even man that place is open. It's an open. You close here, they pass here. You close here, they pass here. How many security checkpoints or border posts are you going to mount in those areas? It's a porous border, so porous that anything can come in. It is so big, so wide, my brother. One man, I wonder if you've stayed in Nigeria for so many years, you've not been to those areas. For you to know what is happening over there, you need to go there and see what is happening over there. There is no border, and there is no amount of strength of military personnel or police that can adequately man those borders over there.
So do we? Is this not just leading to like that breakup of the country? Because if we can't man the border, we don't know who is Nigerian, and if we are saying there's this free flow of just unfettered movement in and out of what is meant to be two different countries, then what exactly, how are we able to gauge who Nigerians are? How are we able to audit how we spend our money to what if we don't have borders, then do we even have a country? Really, do we have a country?
One man, is impossible to man that northern border as far as I'm concerned. I am speaking as a security operator that has been there, that part of that country for many years. It is not possible to man properly or adequately man those borders over there. It's porous. It's even more. If there is any other thing that I can use to qualify it more than the porosity, I will use, because it is beyond porosity. It is beyond porous. You can man it, my brother.
Can I interject 1 minute?
Yeah, go on, Dale Coco.
Look, I want to disagree with my brother there that it is not possible to man the border. It is very possible. We have technology. If we really deploy technology, really spend our money well and use technology, we can use technology to man the border, and we can use human as well to man the border. But the problem with Nigeria is that the northern side of the country, I'm talking about this criminal administration, has its own agenda, and instead of tackling the real problem that you have, they are not tackling it, and that is why the border is so porous. So the American border, with Canada and the southern border in America is longer and wider than what we have in Nigeria, and still they still man it effectively. And what they do, they use the border patrol, and they use technology. Trump came, he said he's going to put up a wall. He built like 500 years, but before he left, he successfully built 500 miles of
but Nigeria cannot afford that spend.
You don't build.
I know where you. I know.
Yeah, let Vin respond to what you're suggesting.
My brother, let me tell you why it is not possible in Nigeria. I don't know if you have, with my knowledge as a military officer in that Nigeria for many years, I'm telling you that it is not possible, because there is, let me just say, some sort of synergy from that part of those countries at that sub-Saharan area there that borders Nigeria with Nigeria, and the interest. Look, let me tell you why American and the Canadian border is easy to police. American and the Canadian border is easy to police from that Ohio. The Ohio people prefer to go to Canada for holidays than to come to the mainland United States. because it's too close to them. What I'm telling you is that America is a developed nation, more than developed nation. Canada is a developed nation. What do you want to go there to find? What interests do Americans have the citizens have in Canada? And what interest do the Canadian, have in the United States? Their economy is booming. They are very, very strong economic nations. Can you say that of Nigeria and Chad and Niger?
Okay, hold on right there. You see, I'm not even talking about America and Canada. That one, they don't have problem.
Because these are the emphasis you made. You said, no, this is the emphasis. I'm coming. This is the emphasis. Hold on 1 minute.
Hold on, Vin. Let Ajanle Koko. Hold on, Ajanle Koko. Ajanle Koko, ask him a question. He will respond, and then I'll go straight to Victor, just so that I can quickly wrap it up. The afternoon session is usually quite short. So ask your question, Ajanle Koko, and then Vin respond, and then we go to Victor.
Hey, the problem, in America, the border, the area where America have problem on their border is the southern border, and that is where we have the borderline with Mexico. You understand what I'm saying?
Mexico, yes. Yeah.
So, and that is thousands of miles of borderline, and still they monitor it every day. But still, I'm not saying that they still didn't escape. This people trying to escape and come into America, they still do it. But most of the time they were captured. America monitor its border effectively with, technology and the human. So Nigeria can do the same. It is just that we don't develop
the will
to do it. That is
let him respond, Ajanle Koko. Okay, go on.
Can I come in?
Yeah, go on.
See, the Mexican border, United States Texas Mexican border is where the problem is. Quite all right. Because do you know the reason why they are coming from there? Because Mexico, you cannot compare the economy of the United States with that Mexico. There is economic interest. That is why people are coming from there. If you look at Nigeria, and the America is finding it difficult. I have people that crosses there, even till tomorrow. Even as we speak now with this in there are people that are crossing over there. Then when you look at Nigeria, why Nigeria cannot man that northern border is this that I'm telling you from me. You can take it to the bank. Is that Nigeria doesn't have, there is interest. There is
we're on the same page. That one, your statement that there's no way Nigeria can monitor it.
Listen.
No, Nigeria can monitor it, but not fully. But they are not monitoring it at all. Is what that's what Vin is saying. Yeah.
Uncle, let me random. You see, Nigeria has no capacity. Look, they don't have that capacity to manage because of political interest. Number one. The interest of acquiring power, voting, and so on and so forth. These are some of the problems that are that will make Nigeria not to, because most of the people that vote.
Okay, I understand it. I understand it better.
Okay.
Listen now.
Yeah, land your point, and then I'll go on to Victor.
That is why it is not possible for Nigeria to manage. Let me tell you, for instance, they voted money to install CCTV in Abuja. Where is it? Where are the CCTVs? Can you man it? Can you maintain it? I'm
they
also
telling you
money. They don't chop the money. That CCTV was just a
you see, when we were there, they were giving us tough time too.
Have they got TV? Never mind CC.
You have
TV for me. What are you talking about? CCTV. It's just this ridiculousness. Someone who was telling us the other day. No, hold on. Someone who was telling us the other day that he wants to put police on the street with body cams. Can you imagine? Body cams. So that just tells you that they are going to cut a slice and just give away money to body camp. Have you got police? Have they got boots? Have you given them proper? You know that this police they buy their own uniform. Have you given them proper uniform first before you are putting them in body camp? Just foolishness.
If all of us
CCTV in Abuja, can you imagine? Have you got TV? Never mind CCTV.
Listen, one man, if all of us knew what your security agents or security, officers are going through in Nigeria, you will weep for them. When I was there, I bought my own shoes, I bought my own foot gear by myself. I bought uniform for myself.
And these are the people doing CCTV. They can't provide army boots. They are doing CCTV. Have they done TV before CC?
You equip such person, give him arms and ammunition to go and the police who? He's going there to feed his stomach.
No, you are giving them license. They are licensed robbers.
What I'm trying to say, Nigeria is if they want to police the borders, they can police the borders, but with the interest, the economic interest. Look. How will you imagine in your life that a Nigerian president will be laying gas pipeline to Algeria, to the North Africa?
It's ridiculous. But let's hear from
what interest does
this? We all know what is in play. Vin,
that is why he cannot work.
Yes, Vin, we all know what is in play, but how we counter it is really the question. But let's go to Victor, because
I want to speak on this Ohanaeze Ndibo issue. Just one or 2 minutes.
Yes, but okay, just very quickly. I thought you had spoken on that, so just very quickly.
No, I'm not. As for Ohanaeze Ndibo, I am not a fan of Ohanaeze Ndibo. If you are not there when they are pursuing the meat to kill it, I don't think it's necessary for them to come there when they are sharing the meat. They don't supposed to go there because they have been antagonistic to Nnamdi Kanu.
But they have to go there is the thing, because if they don't go there, people will attack them.
They just want to go there to fulfill all righteousness, not that they are going there to make anything. Exactly. What they are going to see there is how the thing is going to happen and come back and tell Nnamdi Kanu if unfortunately Nnamdi Kanu didn't come out, the way we wanted to come out, they will begin to laugh. Oh, we told you. That is, they are going there to get a first sample. I don't, for them for me, they are just going there to fulfill all righteousness. They are afraid of the population this man has. If you look at the demonstration that is going on all worldwide, you see the what Nnamdi Kanu has achieved from 2012 or 14 or 15 to now. He has overwhelming supporters.
All right, thank you, Vin. Thank you, Vin.
They're just going there to fulfill all righteousness. So that nobody will get the phone.
I agree with that. But does Victor agree with that? Victor, good to see you. We've not seen you for a while, but good to have you, Victor. You know what the talking points are? Yeah, Ohanaeze sent a delegation to oversight and just essentially keep a watching brief of the Nnamdi Kanu situation. 140 people committee to ensure a hitch-free wedding for unemployed from Daura, and Syrup going to court over the gagging order on journalists being able to report on Fulani Herdsmen atrocity, and Safinatu Buhari's first wife, and very few people actually know that he has this hidden family. So to all of that, Victor, just a quick thoughts on those.
Okay, please, you help me. Let me talk about the Safinatu Buhari. In all honesty, I think they could handle that one. That shouldn't be our problem. Let them go and sort themselves out. It's their family problem. The essential is just their family problem. Let that not be a national discourse for another 1 month.
Victor, we are losing you a bit.
Because I think that will keep us for 1 month. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you, but you're breaking a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Carry on.
Is it better now?
Slightly, but it's chopping. You know how it chops sometimes, yes.
Yeah. So on the Ohanaeze Ndigbo going for the thing is just like Vin said. Yeah, it's just an oversight duty, you know, so that this is not part of their job. All right. If their job is what they want to do, this is just the little part of it. These people dine and wine with our governors. Let them help us put pressure on the governors to give us the deliverables. That, I think, should be their major job, and not always trying to speak English all the time, you know. Then what's the other topic?
Unemployed from Daura.
What's the other topic?
Unemployed
on
from
the
Daura.
140 men.
So, yeah, 140 people, billionaires, set up to ensure a hitch-free wedding between MALLAM Buhari's son, YUSUF, of no known fixed source of income, and the daughter of the Emir of Bichi. So what is going on there? Unemployed from Daura getting this $1 million wedding.
Exactly. Of course, if it were to be Obi Kubana who did what he did with his own money,
look at that, Victor,
with his own money.
Look at
no,
Victor.
that's the difference.
Look
that's
at
the
this
difference.
Now,
What's there to be spoken about? He set up his 140 men panel. This guy had about 40 men panel, and he is making the news. You know, don't see it has all. He has a job, all right. He has a job. I mean the president's
office of the first son, Abi.
Oh, that's a job.
Office of the first son.
It can. Yeah, but definitely when your dad is that influential, you are bound to have friends who want to tag along with you. You know, and to me, that's not any problem. It's understandable. You know, and even if they want to make it $1 billion thing, they can do it. But I hope the Nigerian money doesn't get in the mix. But he has billionaire friends, so they can give him any level of wedding he wants. Anyway,
it's actually the YUSUF of is actually the Emir of Bichi, who is the foremost Emir within Kano, because you know the Kano Emirate has been broken into 5 smaller emirates after Lamido Sanusi.
Jurisdictions, yes.
Yeah, so it's been broken into smaller kingdoms. So the head of the biggest kingdom, which is the Bichi Emir, he is the one setting up this 140 people panel, because he is going to have his coronation just the day after that wedding. So just one grand ceremony within the kind of space. But what just continues to jar me slightly is that this boy YUSUF, who has no known source of income, is getting married to a princess. That annoys me a little bit. But then, of course, that is my own issue. They doesn't even know that I agree.
And everybody mustn't be Davido, that his father has a lot of money and he's still hustling on his own. You know, everybody mustn't be him. So actually, some people, I don't know if I would be very eager to start doing something if my dad has that so much money that I can call $1 million or 1 billion naira, you know, within days. What are you working for?
Just travel around the world and do fine boy. All right.
Yeah.
So the people that are not traveling around the world and doing fine boy, the Nigerian journalist. So Lai Mohammed is now, through the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, trying to put in policies to prevent them from discussing terrorist atrocities and the victims of those terrorism. So essentially now, Lai Mohammed is telling the media houses now that they cannot broadcast and report the atrocities of Fulani herdsmen or the ordeals of their victims. So this is what Lai Mohammed is doing. And the syrup, that's an acronym for something. I'm just SIRAP is the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project. So SIRAP. So they, along with the Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development, have now together filed a lawsuit against Buhari and Lai Mohammed, trying to prevent that new directive, preventing broadcasters from reporting details of terrorist attacks. So have you ever heard such a thing, that the country is actually looking to provide a cover for terrorists to continue their activities? So this is essentially what my reading is. What are your thoughts on that?
One of the major features of a democracy is freedom of the press. It is painful that at this point we are having these discussions. I do not know why this government, instead of working on prevention and cure, they work on treatment. Like they work on trying to stop something that is going on. They have this approach of not treating things from the grassroots. They just want to cover up everything, and nothing is ever covered. I thought at this my age, I already know that you can't hide truth for a long time, So I don't know how they want to do this.
This is a very dangerous thing that they're doing.
Can you actually shut up? Yes, that is a total undermining of democracy. That is. Let
me give you just a scenario, just to show how dangerous this can be. So they are saying don't report atrocities of these bandits and terrorists. So now let's say now these terrorists, they've consumed the whole of Ibadan or your state, and now they're at toll gate border. But nobody in Lagos knows that they're at toll gate border because, of course, the media are not allowed to report it. So then they consume toll gate border and nobody knows. They consume all the way to Ojota or Regun, nobody knows. And then they go on to Maryland, and then they keep on consuming and nobody is reporting. And we're still busy dancing Owambe as they continue to consume till they get to that Owambe party. That's just some loose example just to show you that you can't hide information from people and just keep people in the dark as these people continue to commit atrocities. It's just very dangerous.
I think one of the solutions to this problem is that reportage that we get.
Yes.
So when you want to get the very first level of solution, that means you are not interested in solving this problem. Not interested. I don't know. This country, discussing it gives headache.
It's quite. It's just a traumatic. We are going through trauma at the moment. These are really traumatic times, because every time you hear all these things, you recalibrate your thinking that this is the new paradigm, this is the new normal, and then something even more extreme comes, and even more. If you know how far we have gone backwards since 2015, some things that we thought we have gone beyond in Nigeria, that we are above that now. We are now going even beneath what we thought we were. Oh God!
And you know the worst part? Even if Serap goes to court and gets a court injunction and all that, they will still find their way to implement this. Like they always do. You understand? Even when the court says, oh, no, you can't do it, you don't have the right, they will find their way of making it happen. And
by the time they find one or two broadcast organizations and revoke one or two licenses, everybody will fall in line.
Yes,
and the
now
only thing
the others
they will be
run
reporting
with their tail in between their legs. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Victor. Stay with us just for as long as you can. Let's go to African Wahala just to get a quick soundings from him. Quick soundings from Ajanle Koko, and then we'll round it off. So, African Wahala to you. You know what the talking points are, so let's have your views.
Thank you for having me. I just want to start with that conversation about securing Nigeria's border in the north. I agree with Vince. It's not possible to secure the Nigeria's border, not because of science and technology. Implementation is impossible because the United States obviously has a longer border with Mexico than what Nigeria has with any other country. So it is humanly possible to secure borders. But in the case of Nigeria, it is not possible because the countries that surround Nigeria in those regions, in those open borders, I'm talking about Niger, Chad, part of Cameroon, part of Benin Republic. Those areas are economically deprived areas. And for the most part, they have a religious element to it. So for that reason, there will continue to be influx of people, no matter what anybody does. The only solution is collaborative efforts between the Nigerian government and the government of all these other places to improve their economic standards and then improve the security standards. If they only want to use military men, custom officers, police officers that have guns to go and secure those borders, it's going to be a waste of effort, a waste of time, because they haven't dealt with the root cause. The root cause is the economic deprivation of the people. Poor people are always going to look for a way to survive. Everybody has a right to survive. So they will move around. Plus, the Nigerian government, like I said earlier, they have an interest, especially when the religious element comes in. They have an interest with those people in that area. For that reason, they're not going to stop them from coming in. So with all of that being said, it's impossible for Nigeria to secure its northern border. It's just impossible. That's why the southern secessionists, they have a point in trying to break away from the country, because if they break out of Nigeria, they stand a better chance at securing their own borders and preventing the spread of terrorism. So that was my first point. My second point has to do with Buhari's son. Buhari's son's wedding coming up, 140 people appointed to manage the situation. I agree with Vince again. He said something about
unemployed from Daura.
Yeah, the unemployed youth, the unemployed lazy youth, Buhari's son from Daura, a very lazy youth, yeah, that has cost the Nigerian government a lot of money in medical bills in Germany. This was the same individual that had a bike crash a couple of years ago and had to be flown to Germany.
Yes, at Nigeria's expense.
At Nigeria's expense, at the same time after his father had spent 3 months in the United Kingdom on Nigeria's expense. So listen, this country does not belong to the 95% masses. It belongs to the 5% elite. And it's our job as the masses to figure out a way to get rid of the elites and have a mental revolution, unlearn so many things that we've learned throughout our entire lives, relearn many good things so that we can have a decent country. Because Buhari going to London, spending 3 months, that is running into millions, not naira, millions of dollars. His son having a bike accident that was caused by his own volition. Nobody forced him to go ride a bike.
And that bike, by the way, people were costing that bike that they were saying it was like about a 55 million bike. That was at 2015, 2016 prices. And they were saying then at that point that this guy had just he barely even finished his NYSC, never mind had a job. So how is he able to afford that sort of a bike to be? It's just the guys,
we all know the Nigerian political elites are a shit show of corruption, all mashed up together. They are extremely corrupt. I know a lot of people like defending Buhari, saying, "Oh, Buhari is not corrupt; he doesn't steal money."
No, he's the most corrupt we've ever had.
He's actually, in my opinion, Buhari is more corrupt than Sani Abacha, because at least Sani Abacha made it known to us that he was a thief. But Buhari pretends that he's not a thief, but he's destroying people's lives under the scene. Now, I don't want to digress too much. That guy's wedding coming up only shows what kind of country we are. I have to agree with Vince when he said a lot of the people that will be attending the wedding are just there to lobby for contracts for political, political opportunities and stuff like that. So it's just how it is, man. It's a case where the elites, the 5%, are having an organization, having a party, and they are blending together and having a good time. That's all it is. And that's why it's our own responsibility as the 95% oppressed to figure it out. I know we've been doing a lot in the last few months, in the last year, since EndSARS. This is the first time in my life that I'm seeing people of the Southern extraction coming together. Yoruba agitators, Revolution Now agitators, Biafran Nation agitators. Everybody is agitated, and we are somehow coming to a cohesion. Our voices are coming together, and we are beginning to unify. That is our best chance at defeating this criminal government. And it's not only about this particular criminal government. It is the structure, the makeup of Nigeria.
Yes, the criminal. Yes, you are right in what you're saying. Just to interrupt you, interject a little bit, African Wala. You are right in what you're saying. What we are really needing to be focusing on within that Nigerian space is not so much this corrupt regime that we have in situation at the moment, but the corrupt structures within Nigeria, because it is the structures that enable this. If you remove Buhari and put another person there, it's not as though that changes anything. So what changes anything is what we should be focused on, rather than chanting how Abubakar Malami is looting the place dry and Buhari is just signing checks on central bank.
And with that being said, that's why even though I support the breakup of Nigeria, I know that the breakup of Nigeria will not solve a lot of problems, because we are still going to have the same criminals come hijack a lot of these new countries. That is what is going to happen. And we still have the same structure where it's impossible for you to send a past corrupt criminal to prison. You look at it this way. In Delta State, the longest serving senator in Nigeria, James Manager, a photo went viral.
Yes. Did you see that picture on his knees?
Yes.
It's the most shameful thing I've seen this year.
An ex-convict, okay, a past governor, a criminal.
Not just a serving senator, a 6 times senator.
This guy is the longest serving senator in Nigeria currently.
Yes.
He was kneeling down in front of an ex-convict, a criminal that went to prison.
A fraudster.
Before you can go to prison in Nigeria as an elite, then you must have done a lot. So this guy, James Ibori, went to prison for being a complete thug. And then another thug, James Manager, is kneeling down in front of him, serving him. He brought gifts, hard drinks. It shows you this kind of people, the kind of people that are ruling Nigeria. And that also shows you that it's not only the Northerners that are the problem. We in the South, we have a lot of problems. Our political elites are the same as the Northern political elite. They are just lower class compared to the Northern political elite. They are required to work hand in hand with the Northern political elites. So an ex-convict is the godfather, political godfather of Delta State. A past coup plotter is the president of Nigeria. A terrorist is the minister of communications. And an ex-pardoned thief is the minister of defense. So if that is the kind of people that make up the political and the top elite positions of a country, then you don't need to be surprised what kind of country it is. That's why it's our own responsibility to completely destroy the structure that makes it possible for thugs and hoodlums to get into the position of authority. That's what we have to do. If we get rid of Buhari, we might not solve the problem, but if we can get rid of Nigeria as a system that makes it possible for PDP and APC, 2 criminal organizations, to be the dominant political party, if we can get rid of that structure, then we have a way to go.
All right, and just finally on Safinatu Buhari, were you aware of his first wife, and do you? She seems to be like some hidden secret in the background of this family, Safinatu Buhari.
In my opinion, I just feel like it's their own private business. But at the same time, since Buhari is a public figure, then he has put that out there for us to talk about. So I will say something about it, even though I don't know much about it. I just feel like Buhari is such a disgraceful lying fraud that him hiding any ex-girlfriend of his, him pushing this new girlfriend that he has that lives in Dubai, spent Nigeria's money to take care of her expensive lifestyle in Dubai. It's our business. So Safina to Buhari, I don't even know what the story is. I only have negative things.
No. Let me just give you the story because I don't think Safina to Buhari was Buhari's first wife who has died. Also, she had 5 children for him, but a lot is not made of that, and they don't get a mention. And anytime you do hear the Buhari name, you just hear Aisha and her children, to the point that you even hear people saying that this unemployed boy that is getting married is Buhari's only son. But that Safinatu also had a son for him called Musa. So I'm just talking about that hidden family that Buhari has in the background.
Man, I'm thinking maybe he's trying to make that an illegitimate family for whatever personal reasons that he has. And for that reason, he's not trying to give them the shine. But it only shows you that we have an absolute criminal as the president of Nigeria. That's it.
All right. Thank you, African Wahala. And thank you, Vin, as well. Just because I want to shut it down quickly, I'm going to say goodbye here and then just go to Ajanle Koko just to have his say and the final word. So Ajanle Koko, just brief words from you. Ajanle Koko, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, one man, how are you today?
I'm good.
On the Nigerian border, I believe that Nigeria can secure and control its border if that country is willing to do so. But the unwillingness to do it is a different thing entirely. And the factors that my brother from Ghana mentioned is quite understandable, but it's a shame that we have a nation without a secure border. A nation without a secured and well-controlled border is no nation. That one is a fact. There's no way that you can mention it. But if we have good leaders that are willing to secure their border, I believe we can do it because we have the population. We have a lot of unemployment youth that can be deployed, can be trained as border patrol, and can deploy them along the line. They can hire them into the military. Nigeria, as a nation with that population, at least if we're a good nation that's really a nation that is willing to be a competitive nation and a secure nation, the military should have not less than 3 million army. But what do we have now? We have less than 400,000. If we are even up to 400,000, I believe we have less than 400,000. How can 400,000 or 300,000 army secured over 200 million population with that, large, long border line with 3 or 4 nations, neighboring nations. So Nigeria is not a nation. It's a garbage. It's a nation that is just there. It's just like it's a country that just exists for nothing, and it doesn't stand for any good thing for any reason, but just for some few elites or criminal at the top that uses that existence of that nation, to satisfy their own selfish interests. So that's on the nation. So on the Buhari's wife, deceased wife,
I'm sure you were aware of her.
Oh yes, yes. She's not
little known to this current environment, though. That not because of course nobody notices, and
I mean, maybe
little known. The people seem to think it's just Aisha and her children, and that's just the Buhari story.
That's not.
But she
Aisha
was
is
the first
second
lady
wife.
under his military. What's it?
Yeah, she was the first lady then with him, and I think they divorced before she died. She married Aisha before the woman died. I think they divorced some kind of way, but she's not.
Vin was just giving us the backstory of how Buhari, how Babangida rather might well have been a contributory factor to that, gifting the woman largesse, which Buhari thought was she should not take in because of course Babangida kicked him out of office. So he was just giving us some background detail to that.
Repeat that. What did he say now? What did the Babangida do?
No, Vin. Let me actually see if Vin is there. Vin, let me bring Vin back. Vin, you were just saying. Can you just give me that narration again about the Buhari Babangida thing that you just told me now? That you just told us now.
Yes. You see, the first wife.
Safina too.
There were problems, before the incident of the gift present from Babangida. It was Buhari is an unforgiving man. He is a man that doesn't care. Once you offend him, he will find one way or the other, to revenge or retaliate or something like that. The gift, there was a gift package that was sent from Babangida in those days, during her birthday. And my boss was angry. He said, why will you take such thing from someone that almost killed me? And that aggravated the past accumulated marital problems that were there before that led to the divorce. That was just what happened.
Okay. Yeah. I think you are right. Yeah, that was the true story. That is true.
Yeah.
I remember that. That is true. So the divorce and later the woman had some health issue, and I believe she died in 2012 or something like that. So she's not somebody that is not known. So everybody know her except maybe the new generation guys that didn't know Buhari from the onset.
And then, Ajanle Koko, just a very quick thought on this legal suit being filed by CIRAP regarding the gagging order on broadcasters reporting on what's it called, on terrorist activities. So just quick thoughts on that.
Yeah, the media, the press, I think they waited too long, and they have allowed themselves to be gagged by the present administration, and they're supposed to have been standing up against them all this while, reporting a lot of things. You don't even see what we know as investigative terrorism. Investigative journalism in Nigeria, the way it used to be in the 70s and 80s. When the media houses will come out with the secret of the government and the shady deal the government is doing, and report it, and during the military time. But the media we have in Nigeria now, I believe, because maybe they are owned by politicians, and they have really compromised, and they're not really standing up, to defend their profession. So they're supposed to be calling this guy, what's the name of that man? That
Lai Mohammed.
Yeah, Lai Mohammed is supposed to be calling him Minister of Misinformation, because he misinforms, he lie all the time. They're supposed to confront him.
It's old school. You see, what my issue with Lai Mohammed is, his brand of media management, information management is from the 80s. Those Alistair Campbell sort of thing when you had under Tony Blair, when you had under George Bush, when they had this new paradigm that they were calling spin doctors. So he is doing that sort of like a spin doctor sort of role, putting a slant or a tilt or an inflection on information to weight in a certain direction. So that used to be the thing when under Tony Blair and George Bush, when you had people like Alistair Campbell that were spin doctors then. But information management has moved to a different space. But then, of course, this is what they're saying, that what we have in situation in governance in Nigeria is like an analog mindset that is out of sync with the dynamics of contemporary time. So old school style in new, old wine in new bottle, or what is it that's been said?
Yes,
So
yeah,
just a man of the past, essentially.
You are completely right. You see, the media in Nigeria, they have compromised, and that is why you see Nigerians suffering. They are not in Nigeria. Media are supposed to be in the front, informing Nigeria of the situation and the bad thing that the government is doing, and supposed to, inform people on the way forward, on the right thing for people to do, and the way they're supposed to stand up against a criminal administration. But democracy in Nigeria is completely messed up, and the media that's supposed to have, be there for the people, to defend democracy, to defend what Nigerians really fought for, to defend what a lot of Nigerians died for, are not there. And that is the problem. That is why you see democracy dying. That's why you see it transforming into to dictatorship. It's already even a dictatorship. It's already an authoritarian regime that we are not practicing democracy. So the media, they have completely failed. I remember in the 80s, even during the military, Concord.
Yeah, that's Abella's newspaper.
Yeah, that's Abella's newspaper. Yeah. There was this guy, this Ijebu guy. I think it was the one that maybe the weekend Concord, if I could recall. So Babangida make a statement that Nigerian economic problem defy economic theory, all economic theory in the world. So that guy picked up that statement and wrote a very strong article, against Babangida, all the shady deeds he has done and everything he has done. You know what he did? Babangida now closed down Concord for that article that it was so critical of the government, because it used that article to it was able to publish a lot of shady things that Babangida has done, and to come out with Nigeria economic problem defile economic theory.
All right.
Told Babangida, if Nigerian economic problem defile economic theory, quit and let other people do it.
Exactly.
So they closed down Concord.
Yeah.
Abiola went to beg Babangida to open it. Babangida gave him condition. This guy cannot work there because he's so critical. We have been monitoring him. Abiola, that guy, that look, you have to mellow down. The guy said he's not going to mellow down. He's doing the job. So what he did, the guy, Abiola let that guy go. That guy went to set up Tell magazine. He's the one that set up Tell magazine and stood up and started criticizing Babangida. That was when we have media and journalism in Nigeria. But now you see them, they are all after money.
My wife is already giving me dirty looks to get off there. Just a couple more sentences, because I want Alexander to have the final word, and I'm being ushered off the computer. So just a couple more words from you.
What else am I speaking on?
Oh no. Okay, actually, let's leave it there and reconvene in the evening, just so we can give Alexander just a quick word. So thank you, Janle Koko. So Alexander, to you, just a quick word from you, then I'll round it up.
Yeah, it's going to be fast and swift.
Yeah.
Vine was right. Whatever he said concerning Buhari, Babangida, and the first one is absolutely spot on. Absolutely. The man is an authority. He knows what he's talking about. The Nigerian media, they're being gagged right now. You know, someone used the expression about 2-3 days ago that Nigeria has become a rogue state. It's shameful. It's sad, but that's what we're going through right now. So there needs to be freedom of speech and expression that's being gagged. That needs to be corrected, and whatever the journalist forum is doing about that is the right way to go about it. That's all I have to contribute.
All right, thank you, Alexander. Always a
because
pleasure.
I know you have to rush off. I see your wife gesturing at you, so
yes,
I want to get into trouble this morning.
She's holding a wooden spoon just behind this computer now, and if I
how's
don't
your
come
mother,
up very
though?
soon,
your mother's okay?
No, she's well. She's with my sister. She's around. Okay. So yeah, now she's coming, and then they put her on lockdown. You have to stay indoors for I think about 7 to 10 days, and then every day they'll be phoning you to make sure that you are where you say you are. It's just the quarantining. Anybody that comes in, they just quarantine you.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So okay. She's with my sister though. Yes, but all is well. Oh, thank you, Alexander. A delight. Okay. So thank you, everybody. That has been the session. I really wanted to hear more from Ajanle Koko and Alexander, but of course, I have to come off the computer because it's meant to be a short sessions in the afternoons, and I started later than I should have. But that has been the session. We spoke about Ohanaeze sending representation to oversee or to keep a watching brief of the Nnamdi Kanu trial. 140 people assembled for unemployed from Daura's wedding. Syrup taken to law with regards to the gagging order on reporting on BUHARI'S tribesmen savaging the southern regions. And Safina too, Buhari, the little known and perhaps even forgotten wife of MALLAM Buhari, his first wife, who gave him 5 children. One of them passed on, unfortunately, a daughter who passed on at childbirth, and Safina to herself, of course, passed on. But the memory lives on just in the wake now of this now celebratory thing that is going to happen in Bichi. So that has been the session. We came in with them, we live with them. The care guides, this is now the form. Here I say, peace.